Hi and welcome to the day 18 of 25 Days of Christmas tutorial series. Today we're going to create a shaker card that is completely open at the top edge, and I'm also going to use some brand new products. The product I'm talking about is Paper Society monthly subscription box available at Crest. This box features a new designer each month, and I'm the designer for January 2020. The box contains a folder that is about 6 by 8 inches. It has a Velcro closure, so you can open and close it many times, and it unfolds 2 times like that. Inside the folder you can find a large die set, about 6 by 8 inches. It contains 2 large frame dies as well as the smaller images to build a scene. This entire box is meant to create dioramas in the first place, but of course it can be used for many more things. This embossing folder creates 3 different patterns. The bottom ones is for creating the sides of the diorama, and the remaining 2 are for the scenery. There are also papers included about 6 by 8 inches. This is a printed vellum. This one is my absolute favorite. It has that willow branch pattern on it. There are also 2 sheets of super thick acetate, great for boxes as well as shaker cards. There are some patterned papers. This is a very soft one, and this pattern is a bit brighter one. There is also a 6 by 8 inch stamp set included, and this one has a lot of seal building elements, and you see that the bridge can actually work as a matching die for that bridge on the stamp set. There are even more things included in the box that I'm going to show you as well. So that was the folder. There are also some coordinating cardstock. The colors here are soft blue, soft gray, as well as the lemon yellow. They are all pastel powdery shades, and you can mix and match them as you like, and they are also great for masculine cards. There is also a rather large bag of sequins included. The sequins are iridescent, neutral color, so they are great for many different projects. There is also some ribbon. It's clear organza white ribbon. There's a small card insert with the inch and centimeters guide, and there is also a booklet full of inspiration, step-by-step tutorials and guidelines on how you can use the set. And most importantly, there is a £10 voucher also included in the set. And now I'd like to show you some projects that are created with the products from the set. So this is a foldable diorama card. It's got lots of dimension. The sides of the diorama are created with the embossing folder, and the frames are the dies from the set. The scene itself is also created with the dies from the set, and the background is the patterned paper included. You will find a step-by-step tutorial for this project in the booklet. The diorama is not the only thing you can create with this set. This is a layered card, and it's created with a smaller frame from the set. I've die cut it out of different color papers, and I turned each layer so each one looks differently. The bridge and the river are the dies from the set, and this ground area is embossed with the folder. Of course, the large frames are also great for creating shaker cards, and this is what I came up with. This shaker card is created with both frames. There is stamped sentiment, and here you can see the die cut that cuts out a stream is also great for creating a cloak for the fairy. The backdrop is again the patterned paper from the set. This clean and simple shaker card is also created with the products from the set. I silver embossed the sentiment and the grass image on a printed vellum, and then I added the foam tape and some sequins. The matching cardstock is also from this set, and I believe it's a great masculine project. I also wanted to show you how delicate and beautiful this dandelion die is. As you can see, the products from the set are spring and summer themed, but today we are going to use them differently to create a winter themed card. I have created a card base out of black cardstock that is 6 by 4 inches. We'll also need 2 white panels that are also 6 by 4, and later on we'll also need 1 black panel of the same size to create all those layers. I'm going to start by using the largest frame die from the set. I'm placing it onto my 4 by 6 panel so that I can create a window that is open at the top and is closed on 3 sides. I'm also making sure I have enough space at the bottom to stamp a sentiment later on. I keep twisting the die until I find the right position for my window, and then I'm taping it down and sending it through the die cutting machine. This is what the result should look like at the moment. Then I'm positioning this frame over the second white panel, and I'm using the very same die to create another snowbank line that is going to be kind of further away. Then again, when I'm happy with the placement of the die, I'm taping it down and I will send it through the die cutting machine. I'm using Gemini Junior die cutting machine, by the way. So now I have my second heel line, and this is how it looks like with the first one. I'm also going to use the scissors to trim off the excess cardstock at the top. I only did it for the second panel, not the front one. I also decided to inlay those tiny leaf shapes, so I trimmed them off from the negative die cut. I'm placing them inside the shape, and I'm taping them down at the wrong side. This way it's going to be a much more subtle image. Now I'm taking the second back panel and I'm going to trim off 1/4 of an inch from each side of the panel on 3 sides, the ones that are straight. I'm just doing it because I want the edge to be hidden. And as always, the tools and supplies I'm using are listed down below in the description box as well as on my blog. So this is the black panel that I was talking about. It's also 4 by 6, and now I'm going to apply some adhesive onto that second heel line, and I'm sticking it down right onto the black panel. We're also gonna need a piece of acetate that is 5 by 6 inches. I'm placing it onto the scoring board, and I'm scoring it at 4-inch mark and at 4 1/8. This way I can have a double fold line over there. I'm going to fold the acetate along those crease lines. I'm pressing them down with the bone folder, and this way I can get a square fold. That is the fold that is 1/8 of an inch deep. I'm applying some double-sided tape onto that tab at the end, and I'm sticking it down behind the black panel, just like that. This way I'm going to get a kind of a leaflet with the clear front page, and the fold is going to be dimensional, the 1/8 of an inch deep one. Then I'm going to open up that booklet and I'm going to add more elements onto the background. There are both full and crescent moon images included in the set. I decided to use the full one this time. So I'm simply applying some Ranger Multimedia Matte and sticking it down onto the background. And I'm also going to use the two tiny stars. The next step is applying the foam tape. I'm going to trim it down in half to make it narrower, and I'm applying 2 layers of foam tape all around the 3 edges of my shaker card. To fill in the shaker, I'm going to use some sequins from the set, and I'm also going to add a lot of sequins from my stash. I'm using the white snowflake sequins as well as clear snowflake sequins, and also the diamond ones. I want this snow to be really sparkly and iridescent. So I have added quite a lot of sequins inside, and then I'm going to peel off the liner from the foam tape, and then I'm going to kind of close the booklet. So this way the 3 sides of the card are going to be sealed with the foam tape, and the top edge is the folded acetate. To cover up the foam tape, I'm going to use the front panel that I have created, but before I attach it, I'm going to stamp a sentiment. So I'm placing the panel into my stamping tool. I'm going to use one of the sentiments from the set, and the ink I'm using is black Archival ink. It stamped perfectly from the first time, so I didn't even have to stamp it twice. Now I'm applying some adhesive at the wrong side of the front panel, a flat adhesive, not the foam tape, and then I'm sticking it down onto my card, making sure I'm aligning all the edges. Here is my shaker panel all finished, and now I'm ready to attach it onto the card front. Again, I have used the double-sided tape. Now the only thing that my card is missing is the focal image. For the focal image, I have used the fairy die from the set, and I have layered 3 die cuts to make it more dimensional. Since the white fairy doesn't stand out enough against my background, I'm also adding a vellum circle. I have used the printed vellum from the set. I have tucked in the circle behind the front panel, and now I'm sticking down the fairy with the liquid glue. That finishes my project for today. I'm really encouraging you to try that open edge shaker card technique. Those cards really look different, and it's a great way to surprise someone. I also have other tutorials where I use the same technique, and I will have them linked in the description below. Also, don't forget to check out the new Paper Society subscription box. I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I will publish another shaker card tutorial tomorrow, so don't forget to check it out. See you soon!